Welcome back to another episode of Love and Money Couplepreneurs podcast. I am your host, Charles Orr, and my beautiful co-host, my wife, Jazmine Orr. How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
Good.
All right.
What do we have today?
Well, we have the powerhouse couple, Dre and Tatiana Batie. They've been married for a year and a half. They're already making major moves. Dre and Tatiana are full-time couplepreneurs, passionate parents, and the definition of hardworking entrepreneurs, right? Together, they're raising a young family of 3 while juggling multiple ventures rooted in creativity, community, and legacy. Dre is the creative force behind Shots by Dre, capturing stories through the lens with his authenticity and style. Tatiana is a powerhouse in her own right, a dedicated community advocate, and a prom momager of Chili Barkers, managing her son's rising food truck business. Go, girl.
Okay.
Together, they co-founded the Melanated Models Foundation, a platform designed to uplift, empower, diverse talent while creating meaningful opportunities in the modeling industry. And despite the demands, of entrepreneurship and parenthood, Dre and Tatiana, they've learned how to navigate the highs and lows of business by prioritizing communication and showing up for each other. So, without further ado, welcome to Love and Money.
Thank you.
All right, that's me. That's you, girl. That's you. All right.
I had to go back. You guys, I'm going to call y'all like the family hustle. Because you guys got a lot of businesses going on. You even got your son in business too as well, which is pretty dope. So how is that? So first off, tell the people, so Shots by Dre, Melanated Models.
And community advocate.
And community advocate.
And Miss Black Las Vegas.
Miss Black Las Vegas.
Okay.
Miss Black.
Okay, looking at her. Ooh, wait.
Listen, y'all, we got to behave ourselves.
Well, you know what? What I first like to do is I like to let people know how we met each other.
Yes.
So y'all know that we've been in business now 5 years, Create Me Events.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of our clients actually booked Dre's studio. And I mean, we just did what we do, and he was shook. He was shook at the transformation. Let's just
still
be
have
for
the
real.
photo.
Okay,
Still got the photos, right?
You need to blow that, print it, blow it up.
It's on the advertisement for the renter.
Is it?
I
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
I left floor transformation because I definitely was. I took his phone. I'm like,
What is
what?
that?
Right.
Where-
I was
This
like,
the same
look,
place?
I was like,
Where
look at
is
the
that?
studio. Like, can you
Yeah. So we met him that way, and then ironically, he's also from Georgia.
Yes.
And then Miss Tatiana was his woman at the time. They wasn't married yet.
no, we weren't.
But, so now here they are living the life of couplepreneurship. And we just had to have y'all on the show because
Absolutely.
like you said, babe, the family
thank you.
hustle
Family
for sure.
hustle. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how did you guys become entrepreneurs? I know you guys are from Georgia,
California.
Cali. Okay.
So
So how
different
did this
backgrounds.
come to be?
We met in Vegas, and we met at a Pride event in 2019, October 2019.
Okay.
I was the coordinator for the event that he came to. At the time, he had another business partner with Melanated Models, and they came in, and I was just ripping and running. But it was something about a spark that we had kind of crossed and encountered with each other. I kind of looked at him, and I just kind of kept going.
You was like, yeah, boy, you know you want me.
I was just like, and I have a thing for quiet people. So he's sitting there just kind of playing with his camera, and we kind of look up and we look at each other, and it's kind of like, okay, I got to keep working.
Right.
He takes a moment where he tries to talk to me, right? And then his business partner, like as an arm reach, he like stops him as he was getting ready to reach for me, and I kind of looked, and he kind of pulled him back. And then
Not a hater over there. Not a
It's
hater.
conveniently not
He over there
meant.
hating.
And then at the end of the event, I was like, happy. It was a complete event. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is a great event. I need a booty rub.
Not a booty rub.
And he bit for bait. He bit the bait.
Wait a minute.
He said,
my
"Whoa."
God.
Wait a minute.
Okay, there's our side and then the other side.
Okay,
and then
yeah,
there's
let me-
Okay.
Let me hear your side. How this went down?
Okay.
We out here giving out
some
booty
of what
rubs?
she says, is some of it's real, but the last part, I don't know.
He told me he was going to charge me.
Yeah, okay, there we
Okay,
go.
there we
Oh,
go.
he said, and I
Because-
last line. It makes a
Y'all know
difference.
we from Georgia. We a little hustle.
Yeah, we gotta
make
hustle.
we gotta make our coin.
Right.
You want a booty rub? It's gonna cost you a little
He
bit.
gave me 3 business cards. Like, if you want it, it's going to cost you.
I had to make sure you didn't
Yeah. So he got a fake phone number.
Oh, no.
He
from a
did.
text app.
Not
No.
a text app.
But y'all know the crazy part is like I used to dabble a little in cybersecurity, a little bit.
Okay.
So I
Uh-oh.
immediately knew like the number was fake. But
He knew.
But I just played along. I just texted.
He
her.
did. He told me months later. And I was like, what? How did you know? And he was like, I've been known. I was like, busted.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the app expired, so I had to give him my real number after.
Not the app expired.
Not you past
Whoa.
that 14-day trial.
Right. 7 days.
Not
7 days.
She lasted a good week.
I was like, here's my business number.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
So then,
crazy.
yeah.
That is crazy. A lot different than our story.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me jump right in. Okay, because you guys are managing multiple businesses. Y'all have a young family. How do you guys keep yourselves aligned without burning out? Y'all have young children. Like, how old are the kids?
17, 4, and 2.
Ooh.
That's who I'm talking about. 4 and a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
The
4 and a
17-year-old, you on your own.
He on his own.
Yeah, he can.
But
handle
yeah,
it.
how do you guys? So with the different ventures that you guys have going, it's a demanding schedule. I know, and then you have small children. How?
Yeah, how are y'all balancing that?
We flip a coin, and then I usually run before it hits the ground. So she.
You know what?
The flip of the coin is 50% true. Sometimes
okay.
we might be on different pages and we're like, if his head is this, we be like, we'll leave it to fate. Because I don't want it to be on your end or my end. We literally be like, we'll toss something in the air and leave it to fate.
I feel like that's fun. I like that
It
y'all
is
do
fun.
that.
It is fun.
I like that y'all do that.
So we like toss it in the air, like even with combining our bio for you guys. We was like, I said, well, I like this one better. He's like, I like this one. I was like, all right, let's toss it up.
Flip it in
Whatever
the air.
we're at. And he
Yeah,
was
I
like,
lost that one.
yeah.
great
But
way to
honestly,
compromise.
we use Google Calendar has been the best thing for us.
Yes.
Google Calendar.
We live off of that.
Yeah, we didn't realize how essential that was until probably within the past year and a half. Because we used to be like, oh, I don't remember that. I remember this. Don't remember that.
Right.
So
Listen, he gets alerted
essential-
when I'm having a nail appointment. Okay,
Yeah.
like it's a
She got
combined.
everything on there.
You need to know where I am. I need to know where you are.
See, and you know what? And that's I always send them like, okay, Tati has speaking this and this and the other, this and the more. My mom moving out here has been like probably the best help for us.
That's
because
amazing.
Having young kids, you can't trust people.
No.
Or rely on a lot of people.
No.
So my mom has been the biggest help for us as well. And then everybody always says you got a babysitter and a 17-year-old, but he's still 17.
He's 17.
So
Little
that's-
kid.
That's not his. Those are
And
not
he
his
got a
kids.
business too.
Yeah, he
At
does.
all.
He
At all.
does.
Time for that.
So
He's an entrepreneur. He's not them kids' parents. Y'all need to
Oh yeah.
yeah.
do not.
But I'd be like, hey, are we gone too long? We'd be like, okay, let's go back because that's not his time. So we
Absolutely.
strive to make sure. But our biggest thing to make sure our self-care, we put, because the weekends are so busy with so much stuff for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mondays are mandatory for us to just do whatever.
No,
Same
okay.
for
People
us.
think the weekend is a thing. No, Monday is like, we'll answer things, but we're on the couch. We want to be able to just sit
Correct.
there.
Well, with
We'll
you
do it on
being in the
couch.
community, Dre working definitely events. We're event plan. We get it. We tell people the week. I can't do nothing during the week. I have to do things during the weekend.
Weekend,
The
yeah.
weekday is our time, but Monday is off.
Yeah.
It's off.
No, it's
Yeah.
a real thing. And you
Yeah.
have to be intentional with it.
Yeah.
Or else. I remember one time I missed a Monday and I didn't realize what day it was because I was so I
Off
didn't take that
balance.
time. I'm like, why am
Yeah.
I off? My mom said you can take your Monday. And everybody knows Monday's
right.
my thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we are essential.
Letting everybody know.
No, everybody knows.
No one knows.
No, everybody
And so
knows.
we get calls on Monday, and
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
why
no.
are they calling me?
I will
Yeah.
send you a
Yeah.
text real fast.
I screen calls.
Yeah, you will get a
Screen them out.
text.
Yeah.
Like you have to be intentional
Yeah.
with it. Like somebody called me and my son was flipping over my head. My daughter's combing my hair. They're like, "Oh, you sound so busy." I said, "This is my Monday, so this call's gonna be real quick."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Gotta respect it. Gotta have those boundaries because
You do.
people don't, especially in business. Like people gonna call you 24/7 if they can. You know, we had to put hours on our actual on our web, not even on the website, on like our Google profile. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I need people to
They
know.
still call it 9 at night.
They sure do.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you answer? Is the question.
Well, I don't. So here's the
they
thing.
can call. Do you
No,
answer?
let me tell you what has happened though. So our phones are now doubling as personal phones, right? We have other phones that we pay for on a whole other account. We got this business account, but I use it so much now that I don't know whose business. And even though our work line filters it, it doesn't always catch. I don't know. I can't. Or
Yeah.
they're getting our number from other sites and we don't know where to pull it from.
Jesus
So
Christ.
it's a multitude of ways. But I'll tell them right then and there, like, I got to go. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm watching reality TV. Goodbye.
What they call it, trash TV.
Yeah, that's
Trash
right.
TV.
That's right. Like, you got to cut it off.
Yeah, Monday's definitely our chill day. So with y'all having the kids, right, and your oldest son, how did he get into entrepreneurship? Was that something that you guys talked to him about, or was he working with y'all in the business?
He's seen us, like just to piggyback on if he was here, his story would be, my mom was already an entrepreneur.
Gotcha.
So I had a salon before.
Okay,
So right before pandemic, I had a salon right here off of Maryland Parkway in Tropicana. And things kind of hit with pandemic and store and bills and life. So juggling that, and then pandemic hit, and it was only 3 things that were essential. It was either food, nursing, or technology. And I said, well, we don't have that, but we do got some food.
Right.
So we started his first night. He was we invited Dre over by accident. It was interesting how that happened.
Wow.
Because I was
booty rubs
I
and
was
accidental
keen on
meetups.
when I'm dating somebody to not bring them around my son.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
very big on it.
Okay.
And then not knowing where I live, you never know what could happen. And I was sending out messages to come try his food. It was $1. Everything on his menu was $1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So everybody's to come try, give him insight, tell him, give him
some feedback and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So I had
like
hit up
that.
all my mentors and close friends, people that I already knew,
like
and I
that.
accidentally, because I was already texting him, I accidentally sent him the invite.
I feel like that was
I couldn't take it back. There wasn't no
think so.
take back like it is now on
Oh,
iPhone.
I'm sorry,
so
sir.
he was
That
like,
wasn't for you.
He was like, yeah, I'll be there. And I said, okay. So
Wow.
from there, but from that point on, we just kind of took it. And I'm like, you got food. So we took it. We were in California. And it took off really fast in California. When I tell you word of mouth hit, it went
love
so
that.
fast. Our family just picked up. We would have the streets blocked. Like we had cars going this way. Your pickup order was this way. You wanted to do a drive-in, and we had people walking that were just walking the
what
block.
type of food is he cooking?
It's
'Cause I need to know.
chili-based products. So it's a chili cornbread stacked with cheese, sour cream on top. You got chili bacon-topped hot dogs, baked potatoes, and then he has a new summer menu. It's called the Big Back Menu.
Not the big back menu.
It is.
Ma'am,
It's a hot dog.
my back can't
topped
get no
with
bigger.
Baked
So,
beans, macaroni and cheese, barbecue sauce, ketchup. That's one. Then you got the cornbread stacker. So the stack with macaroni and cheese, cabbage, barbecue chicken. And then you have the 32 tacos with
Wow.
tacos. So and all the menu, because he's in culinary as well, he just kind of
Okay.
taking that. He's running a long way with it. So he wants to franchise. So he's leaving us with his truck, and he's getting ready to go to college.
Oh,
Wow.
But I think we're doing good.
Y'all are doing amazing.
doing great. Yeah.
Y'all are doing amazing. Okay, so to that point, in what ways do you feel like parenthood has challenged or strengthened you all as entrepreneurs? I mean, it definitely segueing that you all have a son who is an entrepreneur, and then the little kids too, the little
I'm gonna
babies.
let Dre answer that because
Yeah.
Dre did not want kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
That's real.
No kids.
No,
okay.
like
Team no kids.
team no kids for a very long time. Until that booty rub. But
Booty rub.
Booty rubs bring kids.
Okay.
tell me about it.
Hugs and booty rubs.
But I don't know, having kids in entrepreneurship, it's been a challenge. So me not wanting kids,
Right.
to now all of a sudden I got like 2 kids right here, and I gotta change this diaper, and I gotta have a tea party, and I gotta go do these photo shoots. It's like,
Yeah.
well, how do I do this?
Yeah,
But having a good partner, it helps out a lot.
absolutely.
It helps out a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good, because that's even the thing with us. Like, we have learned that sometimes you got to divide and conquer.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We had 5 kids at the house.
Yeah. Various ages.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, right now we got a son that's about to be 25. Child.
25 grown.
25.
Yeah.
All the boys are grown. And then we got teenage daughters. So
Teenage
it was a
daughters.
lot when they were younger. And we were working, doing some entrepreneurial ventures before we decided that we were going to go full time. It was challenging, like you said, because your mom is just now coming here, but you also have to pick the fact that you all had, like, they had to deal with you being pregnant. You have a part in the business
Right.
that is income driving that had to affect some of the building of the business, right? Or
The income, that was for me, that was scary, because
of course,
prior to kids, you make a little money, you cool, you don't have to worry about much.
it's just you.
But once those kids come in, it's like, oh wait, diapers are $50 a box, and wow, it's like,
It's
okay.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
nuts.
I can't go take these trips to Miami and just
Right.
have fun now.
No,
Well, I
really.
mean, we can, but
Right,
we got to
right.
think about
different.
it first.
Gotta
Yeah,
think about it.
yeah. So it's, man.
What about for you? How do you feel?
So
The gap, like you had already done
Yeah,
the thing.
you talking about 13-year difference.
Yeah, I think I was like in a whirlwind where I was like, I felt when I got pregnant again, I was like, what am I about to do? Because
Yeah.
when we found out, I was scared to tell him because he was always, team no kids. But then
Yeah.
he always used to reiterate, not that I don't want kids. I needed it to be with the right person.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like,
Good
and I
for
was like,
you.
okay. I'm like, all right, whatever that meant. So I guess that was that person.
Yeah.
But for me, it was challenging because it was like I'm a mom again. I'm striving to learn this business concept, learning whatever the city wants, the rules, the regulations, stay in the guidelines. Then it was during pandemic, so now we got these new guidelines to follow. Then I was put
right.
on bed rest. And then I'm like, well, I still want to manage it. And him and my son, sit down. And I'm like, well, I could just go Uber. And he's like, sit down. To know that for somebody who years before having a partner, but not having a partner, I was doing
So
everything
you
on my
went
own. I
from
was
being a single mom.
single
I know
mom
that was scary.
to now from a single mom, literally pregnant, business, pandemic, all at once. I literally asked myself, is this too much? Is this too fast? I was like, maybe we should just separate. But I was already pregnant, but I still was like, maybe we should separate because I think we need
You
some
were
time.
trying to make sure.
It
Girl,
makes
you're not
sense.
going nowhere.
And he told me from week 2 of us texting, when he finally got to the right phone, he told me I was his. And I was like, boy, you so crazy. You know how many people say that? He was like, no,
He
you're
like,
going
I'm
to be
serious.
mine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
Wow.
laughed hard. We would crack jokes and I do the quote
But you
unquote.
said being intentional. That's what he was doing.
And I told people he was the definition of when a man knows what he wants, he gonna get what he wants.
Absolutely.
And he we like they say understood the assignment. But once we got together and I was like still in that panic mode, he told me the words and I said I'll never forget. He was like, "You're no longer a you. You're no longer a me. And that child of yours, that's mine."
Right.
And I was like, "You sure?" I don't know. I don't know what his
Right.
socks be up in the wall sometimes. I don't know what's going on. But he was like, there's no step. That's my son. And I'm going to make sure they know that. And people know like, oh, that's
Yes.
your
I
dad.
love
That's
that.
your mom. So learning that and being able to, like they say, I can't be submissive. I don't want a man to do this, that, and that. No, learning how to be submissive, not just to let somebody tell you what to do, but fully releasing and trusting your child, your life, your decision making, your livelihood, a new child, entrepreneurship, like now making decisions together. I'm like, do you think this would be smart if we do that? And he's asking me, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about photography, but in trusting
Absolutely.
that partner, whether I know or not,
Yeah.
that they have the best decision for you, your brand, your business. And that I think was a big challenge for me to finally be like, release all of that.
Trey and I recently had the discussion that your spouse, the right person, is the best person that you could be in business with.
Yes.
The best
100%.
person that you could be in business with, because that trust, the fact that we know we're in this, like you told her, there is no you, there is no me, there is no step. We're a blended family also, and those kids are my kids. The mama know they're my kids.
If I didn't know,
Like,
if I would have never known, I would have
no
thought
one knows that.
nobody
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
And it's the way you guys
Yeah.
do it, I think is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Those
we
are my
appreciate
babies.
that.
And we ride. I mean, he doesn't have a step because my children are his children. But, you know, it's just the fact that we're in this together. So when we do business, when new things come up, especially with you guys doing the different ventures, there's a level of trust that we're going to do this. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
You have to talk to your spouse, because even when I decided to join a pageant, I told people my life started over when I hit 30. I think when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be too old. 30, oh my God, well, I'm gonna be old. No, my life started again in my 30s. I had a life in college, I had a life in high school, but my life started again at 30. I got pregnant again. I got married. I bought a house.
Your
joined
life
a pageant.
began.
Began, really, right.
At 30.
At 30. But I made that decision having that partner. I said, the lady was like, oh, I want you to do it. And I said, I got to talk to my husband.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh, that's going to be
Everybody
a no.
don't respect that,
No,
yeah.
we had to have a conversation. He's like, if you're going to do it, he said, you're going to be the best at it, and I'm going to make sure. He's like, I'm going to be your manager.
That's it.
And I was like,
Okay, Trey will be my stylist if I need him to.
Baby, you seen them photo shoots?
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Those photo shoots,
come.
Dre was like,
Right.
"Oh, this," and I see this, and he pull it together. I seen even for my birthday, I was like, "I like this," and he's like, he came. I said, "Baby, that's not what it is," and he's like, "Just take a picture." And he turns into this whole different demeanor. But I just sat there. I saw.
Exactly. Yes.
So no, having that partner, somebody you can trust, and they can be your manager, your boss, or whatever, and it not be inferior that he had to take that role or feeling diminished.
That's huge because when we transitioned,
Right.
we had a hard time.
It was a little bit of a challenge,
Really?
especially for me.
Yeah.
Only because, being a man and relationship, like you're kind of like the head, right? So we've been together, 20 years, 21 years or something like that.
21 years in May.
Yeah. So we have been together a long time, just started the business. I wasn't fully invested into the business like that. She was, and because she was fully invested, a lot of, and then dealing with events, majority of the time that's going to be like women, it's going to be your clientele, right? So she had to be like the main one, and it was just kind of like a role reversal, right? So it was like she's the head now when it comes to this business and navigating it, and for me it was kind of like a little bit of my pride because I always had the entrepreneur spirit. I always wanted to do something in business. She really didn't care for entrepreneurship.
He like, why I pop off for her?
Right. And that's kind of how I felt. I'm not going to lie. I was like, man, like, how's this going? Even though we both initially did the business when it first started, but I did feel like, dang, like now I got to take her lead. Like she almost, and then when we on the event, she up, look at her. See? Then when we out there setting up events, she's like telling you what to do and all that. And I'm like, she can't be bossing me around like this. But it took a while, but then I had to let go of my pride and remember we in this together, right? God has blessed us up until this point. He's blessed us with his business. Why would I now go against God or try to hinder what it is that he's blessing us with? And, I had to, put my pride to the side, like I say, and just kind of play my part, play my role. And when I came in, I had to introduce some new stuff that I wanted to do. That's when we did the venue. But it was just kind of like finding my own way as we actually worked together.
Yeah. That's something that people don't talk about, especially the men will never talk about something like that. So that's big for you to be like,
yeah. We know and we disclose that to people because the thing is what we're suffering and struggling from the most is not speaking up on things that are happening to everyone, essentially. Correct. In some facet, you have experienced like, well, dang, I've stepped in with him, especially even with you being an entrepreneur, right? You go to his side and he's like, chill, nope, not over here. And you have to realize like, I know my business well, but he has a way that he wants to do things. And there is a time, literally like how the Bible says seasons, there's a time and place for everything. Yep. So I had to learn that. Like in the middle of the event, that might not be the time to snap and tell him, well, we got to do it like this. Maybe after everything is done, we sit down and I say, okay, this didn't really work for us. How can we do this better the next time? So I think that is something that we definitely grew through. But with that, as we do new things, you kind of find yourself starting over and having to reiterate those boundaries and those roles and the responsibilities, I think.
Who you about to say?
No, I was just saying I resonate with you.
Yeah.
Because I get that. Because when we first got together, it was... shots by Dre. It was like me. It's like I'm the highlight everywhere I go.
Right.
And then her son came along and it was like Dre and L'Oreal.
Right.
And then it slowly began to be L'Oreal. And then L'Oreal and Tati. And then Dre was kind of fell back. And I'm like, wait, I'm here.
Where am I at?
Y'all know me out here.
Right. Like, hey. But taking that role and like, hey, all right, let me back you up and let me make sure that since you up here, let me make sure you got a strong back.
So wait, you pose a really good, this is a segue to a great question. So when one of you all is operating at full capacity, how do you support without building up resentment?
Right. Like, cause y'all have the different business. So let's say,
so like you said, when you
your
had to
business
fall back,
taking off. Yeah. And his is kind of more so slowing down or not as progressing as much as you guys are. How do you handle that?
Honestly, we just, if it is one is stepping back towards the other, now it's like, okay, what you need help with? It's a no brainer. Like, okay, for example, just this past weekend, our son went to a college tour. Well, he's contracted with Clark County. and they asked for us to do a big old event.
Right.
And I said,
he had to put the camera down and start flipping them chili dogs.
Absolutely. You know
Absolutely.
what? And
And
I
it
was the
wasn't
best line cook ever.
Whipping it up.
I like, and we have it kind of where the stuff is in the trailer, so you know what goes. But it was like we was doing it, and it wasn't no like, oh, babe, you want me to take off my whole day for you and Laurel? It was no question. I said, hey, babe, what's this date? Okay, you have nothing. Okay, he was like, I'm gonna just block off the whole day. And I'm like, okay. He's like, what does it look like? He, did an hour before the time and an hour after. And then I think you still booked the photo shoot later on that day. But to make sure it made sense for all of us, it wasn't a question. It was just like, do you have that day available? Great. If you don't, this, that, and the other. And we had to make it work. It was like, okay, do we call a babysitter? Do we call my mama? Do we merge together time? And so it's not even an over.
So it's communication, right?
Biggest thing. Yeah. We have this thing where if we, like you said, during the event, you're not going to handle it. But we have people like, how do y'all communicate? Sometimes we communicate. We call it a truth moment in the dark. We lay in the bed because sometimes you might be talking. Your wife is sitting there like,
right,
what
looking
he
at
about
the
to say,
face.
'cause
Right.
And that will throw you. You be like,
so bad.
It wasn't that serious, babe. It was, it was just me tripping.
Exactly.
But so we do. I'm like, okay.
So when he's saying dumb stuff, you could be like,
right. I can just roll my eyes like, in the dark. We have our truth moments.
In the dark, I like that.
And you will get a lot more out instead of seeing those icons. Because you're in the whole thing. So get it all out in the dark. And anytime people ask us what we do, we always say, try it in the dark. Try talking in the dark. Both y'all lay in the back, phones turned over, don't see no notification, and y'all just lay there and strictly just truth moment.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's got us through.
I love that.
Because I met him ending a marriage.
Oh.
So that was like, I'm like struggling to see. He was a man of his word, but I'm like,
right.
It was hard because I'm like, you still trying to fulfill what you ended there, but this done. But I'm just like, it was hard. So I was like, truth moment. I'm like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, but I had to. But I'm like, I'm just letting you know I didn't like that.
But that's what makes the best relationships. When you have those hard conversations. When people ask me and Trey, like, we have so much fun together, and people are like, y'all been together how long? Y'all been married almost 17 years. Like, people are shocked because we talk. And people say communication so cliche.
No.
But it's real.
In everything.
It's so real. And when you're able to communicate with your partner, we got to try the truth in the dark, but we going to tell the truth in the light too.
Right.
Because we ain't did that yet, the dark, but like we have those conversations where it's like, I did not like this. And so we talk through it, work through it. We're not the type of couple that we're mad at each other long. We don't go hours and days without speaking. Like it's never that serious, but that's because we have regular conversation.
I think our worst situation, I don't even remember what it was, but I remember I just stopped talking because I needed to gather my thoughts. So I just start cleaning, and he comes cleaning on the refrigerator next to me, and I'm wiping this way, he unwiping what I'm doing, and I'm like,
oh, you want to be petty?
I'm like, you go clean something else? He was like,
no.
He was like, I just wanted you to say something because I'm the talker. So he's like, to hear me get quiet, he's like, you good? And I'm like, I'm like rubbing hard this way. He like,
oh my God.
I'm like, you couldn't be any more annoying.
I love that though.
But you know what? It strikes conversation.
Absolutely.
It does.
Clearly it is.
She gotta say
even
something.
if you just like, why you use a sponge that way? Well, I
now
used it
you
wrong
about to
because
piss
I
me
want
off.
you to talk
now
to me.
you about to piss me
But
off.
you're talking to me.
But we talking now.
You talking.
Like, you know how to use that towel. That's for the dishes. Yeah. Oh, well, I just want to know.
Oh, did you spray right there?
Man, listen.
But no, that's good. I mean, I really think just from the beginning, because you guys dropped a lot of gems and stuff that y'all talked about as far as in coming in and like your commitment to the relationship and to her and what she had going on. It's very commendable. And a lot of men kind of, here now relationships and stuff where they struggle to feel like they can commit like that to someone, to a woman who already have a child, who is successful, that's an entrepreneur, like that's something that you hear most men run away from.
They do.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you was like, nope, I think this is going to be my one. This is the woman that I'm going to actually settle down
What made
with.
you see that in her though? What was it?
Let me tell y'all, we were at the Hard Rock, right? And I was on the elevator, I'm coming up and the elevator, ding, and it opens up and I see this chocolate thing. I was like, that's I literally told my boss, I said, that's me. He was like, what? I said,
I love
that's me.
that.
And he was he was just like, well, whatever, And so we go about the day, and she walked by, and I look, and I'm like,
that's me right there.
Like, that's me.
You keep telling herself,
that's me. I got to hype myself up.
You got
Turn me down. Okay.
Right, I'm going to run.
As soon as she approached me, I'm out.
I'm new, so nobody knows, so she turned me down. It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But, it worked out.
And he did his research, of course.
He did his research.
He did his research.
Okay.
Research came in clutch, then it helped him out.
Detective Dre.
Oh,
Got
for
it.
sure.
Detective Dre.
Okay.
He said, for sure.
Listen, my husband found somebody in another country in 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
You don't play?
Those IT skills don't play.
Okay. Well, listen, if I ever need you.
I got you.
Okay.
Hunt somebody down.
Yeah, that's it. So I know one of the things that you guys shared in coming on the podcast is like really trying to make sure you guys have time for each other, with the children, with the businesses. What are you all actively doing to make sure that you all carve out that time?
Sneak away to the grocery store.
I ain't mad.
Both of you guys.
We have fun in the house.
Sneak up.
Got it. We need some bread and
in
some
the
juice.
house. Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely. We went to Tropical Smoothie and sat in the parking lot and drank our
People
smoothies
watched.
and ate our little,
Yes.
Laughed.
Gotta have
Yes.
that alone time.
We do Reddit stories too sometimes, like relationship Reddit stories. I'm like, now what would you do? Because why would the husband say that to her?
I
We do
love
that.
that.
We
Like
kind
that.
of like, because everything doesn't happen to you. When we went through marriage counseling, he asked us like, what would you do if you cheated? People are the infidelity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if she want to go to the grave, then I'll meet her there. But that's all that's gonna happen. And he was like, okay. But there's other scenarios that do come up that they don't talk about.
They think it's these big things, financial
Yeah.
infidelity. It's so many things that
Small
go on
things.
Small
between that
thing, right.
that build up to be a huge thing. I can't tell you how many
and
people.
like you said, the communication has to be strong. He asked me last night, what was it, the guy? What did he ask? About
he had a young wife, and how did that story go?
he told her not to go somewhere, right?
Yeah, he asked her not to go to a location, and she put up this big fight, like, why I can't do this? Why? He was just like, I'm just asking you not to go to this location, and she kept asking, why do you want not? Why can't I go here? And he was just like, really when he talked to his friends, he was saying, I'm a little insecure because I met her at this location, and I know what the guys at that location do, so I just want her not to go there, but
he didn't communicate that.
he
to
didn't
her.
communicate it
Communicate
properly,
that,
so
yeah.
it became a big old argument, and she went. So
Oh, and she went still.
Right.
Yeah,
She
so
went.
So he asked me, and I said, well, where'd this come from? Why you asking me that?
Yeah.
And he's like, but I said, out of respect for you, my respect goes way further than what anybody can think of. And I tell my family that to this day, that respect goes longer and love will follow right behind it.
Yes.
I was like, but my
I agree
respect
to
for
that.
him, I wouldn't do that. But I said, now I will ask why. I said, just in women nature,
I was
we will
about to
ask
say,
why.
women gonna
where was
definitely
the
ask.
why
We
in
would.
the
Well,
discussion?
I'm in a sorority. My line name is inquisitive. Dre knows. He knows who he is. So I ask a lot of questions.
lots.
But he was like, no, babe. He's like, would you trust me enough? And I said, listen, I would trust you. I still do the decision. I said, but I would still follow that. Like, our son stopped breathing when he was, a year and a half? No, he wasn't even about a year. He stopped breathing. And Dre was like, you didn't trust me. I said, and he opens the door and he says, call 911. Now, the person in me, I grabbed the phone, but I still asked why. Not that I didn't trust him. It's
Right.
just something in my human nature.
you're
I'm
like,
like,
what's
why?
going on?
So
It's
I
pain.
run. So I tell him, first thing I did, I grabbed the counter and I prayed. I said, God, please don't take my baby. And I ran to grab the door within that instance while I'm like hitting 911 and I call and I bust the door up and I see, oh, my son is just like this. So now I understand why. He was like, I don't have time every time to explain to you.
Right.
But I was like, I trusted you enough, but I still was like, my human nature was just why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Human nature.
My human nature was why. So I'm like, I don't want to piss you
Yeah.
off, but just knowing I will be like, you got to at least answer one why.
Exactly.
Never
But
at
you don't
least
have to
one
give
why.
me the whole journey, and that's
But
something.
he knows me. He be like, baby, just call because this, and then
in
begin.
that moment, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I have to do these compressions, so no.
Yeah, I ain't got time to talk. I'm trying to put all my
Focus,
energy to
yeah,
this.
yeah.
But that's a really valid point because that's something that Trey and I have been discussing as far as like when he says things, he wants me to immediately go along with it. But like you, I have full trust in this man. I followed him across the country. Anything that he says, do it this way, I do it. But I want... I need, is there a question minimum? Can I can you give me something? Because
no, ma'am, just do
as
it.
a person, but I think that men in this climate, we're all exposed to the pressures of the single and dating world, to be honest.
Yes.
And so there's all this banter and communication around women unwilling to be submissive. And when you have a very dominant and strong woman, you tend to think that I'm challenging you when I really, I don't. Why am I unable to ask this question? Like,
I think sometimes for me, and probably for other men, it's almost like maybe I can't explain exactly my why at the point to where it makes sense to you, or even I don't want you to talk me off while I'm telling you to do something, right? Because sometimes you might want to come back and be like, well,
that don't make no sense.
Agree with that. Like, and now we sitting there having a discussion about something
He's
I
like,
just
ain't no
told you to
discussion.
do.
I said do this.
Yeah, you know, because at the end of the day, we feel like when it comes to like your safety and being provided for and protected, you know, that relies on me. So as your husband, as me taking that commitment and saying you're my woman, I want you to understand that I'm always going to have your best intentions at heart. So just trust me. I may not be able to explain to you.
Look at
the
Dre.
moment.
That's what he said. I don't like the details.
I'm so logical with everything. It's like,
Yes.
I can be driving home and I already have the whole thought process of what we're about to do, and I'm like, hey, can you go do this? And you're like, why? I'm like, I already thought this out. Don't worry about it. Just go.
Right.
But I need you to trust me to just go.
This is just
It's part of your nature. And
I was gonna say
it's our nature, and then it's our nature to say
correct.
So meet me in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes Dre, because he knows I'll ask why, he'll give an explanation, but it's quick.
Right.
Now, if I have any other question, I can tell by the tone of his voice, just dead it. Because you might have to
ask me tomorrow.
I'm
thing.
learning
Ask
that.
later.
Because now one time I did not question when we hopped in the car and had to go get your truck.
Well,
I didn't ask.
I need the story. Give me the story with the truck.
You did hesitate.
I hesitated, but I didn't ask why because I was nervous. I didn't know. But I hopped in the car with him. His ex-wife took his truck.
Oh, God.
And he woke up and the truck was gone. And he was like, I got to go get it. And I was like, oh, I got a nail appointment. I was like, can we just do this? And he's like, no. He's like, only reason that was delayed because the rental car wasn't going to be available, I think, till later. But if not, he would have left me because I was choosing to go get my nail appointment. And he's just like,
mess around and get left.
And I realized my truck was missing, and I had already rented the rental car. Everything was already playing, like I said.
Right.
It was already playing. I just need you to get in the car.
Right. Because you just riding along at this
It was
point.
8-hour drive?
It was an 8-hour drive.
I might get a little tired, so I need you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my truck went from Vegas to San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I literally watched my truck on the app go down the highway.
No.
I thought it was stolen. So, you know.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So I shut the truck down. The truck stopped, and then I get a phone call. I'm like, I know where my truck is.
Right.
So I let the truck back. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, I get in the car, and then I get up there, and I didn't ask questions, but we talk. I do tell people that was probably the best 16-hour drive. We poured out everything. When I tell you from dating, we called each other. I'm like, well, you said that you was at this place at that night. Well, what do you mean? But it was like, we literally said, we're going to pour everything out with no judgment. We listen. We don't judge.
Okay.
My favorite question from the day was, I said, what's your credit score? And you could hear the lump in her throat.
I was like,
sir, why are you asking this?
I was like, what? I said, oh, I don't know. He said, well, go on Credit Karma. I said, oh, I don't have a login. He said, well, you can do it now.
Create an account.
I'll drive.
Create an account.
I said, I'm about to everything started closing in on the
y'all
freeway.
worked through it.
Absolutely.
We did, but we when I tell you, we got in there and we did promise to each other, we're gonna tell a lot right now, but just know if something else comes up later, that's not because I neglected to tell you. I don't remember everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But we will be honest, but we try to put so much forward on that plate. If some girl say, I seen Dre, I'm like, girl, I already know, and we laughed about that story already. What's up?
Right.
Like that's how,
especially the industry that you're in, and you deal with a lot of women.
Yeah.
I asked you that before, and I was like, I just don't know how. Because why you got a thong on with your legs wide open, and what are you doing?
Right.
And I'm that partner that be like, okay, so she need oil.
Right.
I mean, but you're there, but
not all the time. But but that's how I am. Like,
that's that trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's
fun
it's
not for everyone,
because, you know,
and it
all
ain't
this
for
stuff
me.
goes on, and then I get to come home
baby.
and talk about it. Like, babe, this girl had on yada yada.
Oh,
yada.
it's the pickup lines. I'm like, oh, she was strong with it. I commend you, girl, because you came strong.
The disrespect. No.
Don't
No.
care. They don't.
No.
But
Yeah.
the strength and the communication, the trust.
Yes.
And to us, it's like, okay, you know, you got the work conversation,
Yeah.
you know, the office talk.
Yep, your office, yep.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so what happened?
Absolutely. And then that goes really well with the line of work that you all are in. I mean, it's the inevitable. This is what you're doing. So I'm sure if that had been his chosen profession, I would have had time
To deal with
to
it.
get
Yeah,
to that
yeah.
space.
But I have my things too where men, you know, because they don't see Dre sometimes because we're splitting the time. And you got like, so where's your husband? Oh, that's the first. I'm like, oh, he's working.
no.
Or why is he not here with you?
Sir.
Because he's working.
you need to back
And then
up
my
on
son
it.
is like,
You need to back up.
so mom, did they want to order or not? Because if they're not ordering food, they can go. Like Laurel's like,
Yeah.
no, shut that down.
Yeah.
That's my
So-
guy.
Oh yeah, he don't play that.
That's my guy.
He don't play.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
People challenging you
Like,
up.
text me. Do I need to pull up? Like, what's up? But nah, that's
He's
my
pulled up
Wow.
Couple times.
guy. Couple
a couple
I
times.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
But
done.
only when it's necessary. Like, I'm not just.
Yeah,
randomly
just
pulling
popping
up.
out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Nah, but I think you guys got a good, solid relationship as far
I
as in the
agree.
communication, and you guys kind of have the mindset that we're doing life together. Like this is what we're doing, right? So regardless if it's his thing or your thing or the kids' thing, like you guys are both in it together, and y'all just tackle the problems together. Like,
Yeah.
how do we need to figure this out? How do we need to make it work?
For
You
sure.
know. So with that, what is something people misunderstand about being in business with your spouse, in y'all opinion? Like, I know y'all get people asking y'all questions and stuff.
Yeah.
What's the misunderstanding?
That I think people. Well, I just drew a blank. I think people think that it's a hard thing. That we always gonna argue. It's always an argument. Or you're gonna get bored or tired of that person, and eventually you're gonna want to
Right.
leave it. I think that's the biggest thing. And I'm like, we don't. Even though we live together, we don't spend every second.
All right.
Every
Trey
second.
and I, in our business, we probably spend 95% of our time together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're together a lot.
But see, so he's mindful too. I do like my girl time.
Oh,
And
yeah. I
he's
have a
very
lot of girl
essential
time.
with
She
that.
do
So that
Yeah.
helps me. But I'm like, some days I'll be like, are you coming? I really ask it. Like if we're not, I ask him, I'm like, are you coming? Like
Right.
it just clears because I'm
Yeah.
so used to, like, it's not a thing where I've hit that where they call it burnout. It's not a thing for me. I'm like, if he's not there, I'm kind of in a weird space.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So-
how I'm always calling on Trey
I
like,
know.
babe,
I'm
babe.
like, I'm not about to be the husband sitting to the side and all the girls night out.
Wait a
like-
minute. I'm not asking that because I do value my time with my friends. I am a girl's girl. I hang out and brunch, lunch with the best of them. But there are situations where I'm like, babe, just come up and when this is done, I want us to hang out. I do. I enjoy
I've
it.
been there.
Babe, can you drop
do
me
too.
off and then afterwards we go get something to eat?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
He'll be
What
the
about
driver.
you? Any
Things people say. Guys, have any guys talk to you about working together?
No,
Like, how
I
do you do
really. A lot of my clientele is female based, so
Oh, okay.
so yeah, I don't really get the guy banner. You know, it's
Okay.
well, not much of it. Most of the
Yeah.
guys like, hey, what's up with that girl? So you know,
Oh, right.
I don't
That's-
get, you know,
I
I
got
don't
you.
get that much. So
Yeah.
it's really
Trey gets questions.
Yeah, I
like-
do a lot. Because, of course, you know, a lot of the times with events, you know, their husband or somebody, or even like the vendors, you know, their husband to come and like physically help out. And they just be like, man, how do you do this? Like, you know, like she just be bossing me around and we just
And
gotta
it's
do
not
all
for
this. And I'm
everyone.
like,
No, it's
I'm like,
not.
it's cool though. You know, this is my wife. Like, we in this together. You know, I don't look at it as her business, even though I said she's like the lead or whatever, because we're both in this 50-50. Her role is just, you know, face forward type of role. But
Remember,
Yeah.
I told
We
you I
work
thought it was
together.
so dope. I think you weren't there at one of the events that you were doing photography at, and I said, "Is this hers or his?" Because he is decorating the hell out of that table.
yeah.
I said not like
I
he was
tell
on the
people,
phone with
Trey
you.
can design.
He was like, you were
Yeah,
just
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it, and then you had the kids doing their thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I said,
I don't have to be
I think it
there.
was your birthday. I think it was one of your birthdays.
it
But I was
was.
like,
Yep,
you was
yep.
handling it. It was like flawless. And I said, man, that's dope.
yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
we saw. I was
I
like, that was
watched you
dope.
put down a floor thingy on
Yeah.
the floor, and
Yeah.
then you next time turn around,
Drapes.
you putting something.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, all right, Trey,
But
all
that
right.
so this is why I say it's not for everyone, because you have to be very strategic in the type of business that you choose to do
Yes.
together. We've always had an eye for design. We thought we were going to be interior designers
Designers,
together.
okay.
So I was very intentional about introducing to our audience that Trey does this too.
Yeah.
We have more female clientele, and the banter is different in terms of them wanting to like me and know me
Correct.
more. So he doesn't have the same opportunity to like get that rapport with them, but he can do it. I don't have to be there to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think even unconsciously, because it is a female thing, so it never looks unprofessional.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's an unwritten thing. Like you handle it because it's a female based thing. Like for Dre, like certain time when we go to certain networking events, he's like, I'm not the talker, so he'll be like, hey babe, we going to this event. And I'm like, I kind of help with the segue. And it's not like, oh, you
you
have
go.
to do it because he don't want to talk. It's just we know what part we're more
You guys
dominant
know
in,
who
and you
you
have to know.
are.
Yeah,
There
you
you
know.
go.
So
Right.
it doesn't make it any worse or bad or anything. We just know what
works.
segment and what works,
Absolutely.
so on and so forth.
I give her a rundown. These are
Yeah.
the people we need to talk to, and I'm gonna point them out when we get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it works.
I tell people we're a movie. He's a producer. I'm okay with being in front of the camera. He's a producer, director, and can do everything. He knows how to do stuff behind the camera. He's okay with
You
back
the
here.
actress?
Right.
And I'm the actress, baby. I'm gonna make that
Yes.
movie just.
Right.
Yes, yes. I love it. We have really enjoyed our conversation
Thank
with you
you,
all
thank
today.
you.
I
Yeah.
do
Me
want
too.
to allow you all to close with one final thing. What is some advice? Just give me, it could be either of you or both. What's advice that you guys would give to another couple that is looking to start the couplepreneur journey?
I'll let you first.
Be open in your communication before you jump into any type of venture.
Yeah.
Be very transparent. Be very open, because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be
Yeah.
times where you upset, they're upset. Communicate. Make
Yeah.
sure that solid foundation of communication is there before you jump into any venture.
Agreed. Anything?
I will have to jump on that, because if you can communicate in a solid manner, it don't matter if y'all want to sell oranges on the side of the freeway, start a whole venue, sports, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
You from little to big, it doesn't matter if you're not communicating properly to know who, what, when, where, how, and don't think that setting roles is going to set that. Some days I might
is
have to be
true.
the assistant. Some days I might have to manage the money for a week because your head might be somewhere else. So just knowing that you guys are fully in that.
I love that. You need the
invested.
flexibility.
You do.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah. There's no treasurer, president, vice president. We are everything.
We are
in one day.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
I like that.
Everything.
Yeah.
Teamwork approach.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's,
for sure.
that's what I'm hearing. Is the more of the mindset of teamwork, and that's always been my thing. I always tell people when it comes to like our relationship, I'm like, you gotta be in it together, like teamwork. You gotta know this is your partner.
Absolutely.
Like regardless of what, we're gonna figure it out. You know,
Absolutely.
we're gonna
Yeah.
get through this, whatever challenging times or whatever the case may be. So, yeah. And for you, what do you got? Piece of advice.
No, I'm just grateful that you guys joined us today. I just want to say thanks for tuning in to this episode. To our listeners, the Love and Money Couplepreneurs podcast. We hope that you guys enjoyed today's conversation with
did.
Dre and Tatiana Batie. And we want to continue to inspire you guys to build love, wealth, and legacy together. So if you all know another powerhouse couple and you think they would be a good fit for the show, please be sure to send us an email at loveandmoneycouplepreneurs@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us at Love and Money Couples. And for more behind the scenes tips and tricks and what we've been doing here today, make sure you follow, and we'll be posting that. Until next time, love and money.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. That was awesome.
That was